Welcome back to another episode of the SMT Podcast. Remember what it stands for: staying motivated together. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back. It's good seeing you guys.
What's going on?
Same old.
I'm great. I'm excited to do another episode.
Yes, me too. Defining your goals today, right? This is the episode that we're talking about. We talked about understanding your why and why that was important on the last episode. If you didn't catch that, just go back and hop on that video before watching this video. We really would appreciate it if you stayed together with us, moving along with these videos to help you. Not only are you helping you, you're helping us, and we're all here to stay motivated together. I really like that name. It's got a really good ring to it. But
I love it.
Let's go ahead and get on the mission of defining your goals.
All right.
So basically, defining your goal, for me, I'll start it off. I'll kick it off. Defining your goals is basically defining your outcome. When you are able to define your outcome, you are able to define your success. That's how I see it. Goals are short-term. You have some long-term goals out there. Me and Monty were talking about it before we actually got live here on this video. We're going to talk about why goals should be short-term. Monty's got a little acronym that I believe you all have heard before, but we're going to put a little spin on it here. But once you have those goals defined, you are defining your success, so to speak, and it's really rooted by your goals. For me, it's work. Every day I have to define my goal. Where do I want to be at the end of the day? I have so many tasks, X, Y, and Z, that comes down from leadership, and I have to define that goal of the day. Where my goal is, where do I want to be at the end of the day on that tasker that came down. We deal with it on a daily basis, so you deal with it too on a work level, but also personal level, right?
Oh yeah, and I like that you touched on like whether or not your goals should be long term or short term.
Right.
For me, it's not really about the short term or long term. Like that's important, but for me, it's the size of my goals.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
For me, the size doesn't matter.
Elaborate on that.
I will elaborate on that. So I have some goals that might be very, very minuscule to some people. Basically, I could say today I want to not curse anyone out today. And that's
very
that could be easy for you. That could be easy for you.
That's hard for me.
Right? But for me, that might be like a big chunky goal for the day. So, and then there's different types of goals. So I was reading somewhere where you have process goals. So it's like, okay, in the next 2 hours, I want to study this amount of stuff for school. And then that's your goal right there. Completely defined. 2 hours, that's what I'm going to do. And then there's performance goals.
Okay.
I want to lose such and such, this amount of pounds by, whatever time. But then that's really your body that you're putting through that. So you have to perform to meet that goal. And then you have outcome goals. I want this promotion. I need to win this competition.
Yeah.
And so that is, where the outcome, you're focusing on the outcome. So you can define your goals in different ways.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, they're big and they're small, right? It's whatever your goal is, whatever you want your goal to be. Like you just said, like, hey, my goal is to get out of the house. Very small goal, but it's a goal nonetheless, right? And I remember watching a video of a Navy admiral talking about something like that. Talking about how he makes his bed every morning. That's you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I think you've seen the video, where he makes his bed every morning, and that's his goal. Yep. He started out with a small goal of just making his bed, and before he even leaves his house, guess what? He just accomplished the goal. Yeah. He feels better about like, hey, I just accomplished a goal. Yep. Now it's time for the next goal, right?
You're more likely.
Yeah, you're more than likely to continue it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. That leads right into the acronym that you were talking about.
Oh yeah, the SMART acronym. Right. Yeah. What is it? SMART, measurable, attainable, reasonable, and time sensitive. Right. Have a time on it. This is what I'm saying. So let's say for me, right, I want to have 6-pack abs. Cool.
Me too.
Put a time on it, right? Oh, I want to have 6-pack abs one day. Okay, where's the time on that? Right, just put a time on it, because
probably about 90 days, right?
Yeah, if you let's say 90 days. If you say 90 days, okay, now you have that's the goal. The goal is 90 days. Now you have to figure out how you're achieving those goals. And it's weird. What's funny about goals is that you can have so many smaller goals inside of a big goal, right? Yeah. Just like that. If I say, hey, 90 days, I'm gonna have abs. Cool. Now I have to have mini goals, right? One goal might not be, hey, I'm not gonna DoorDash all month. Right, I'm not gonna eat fast food all month. I will go to the gym at least once a month. Those are tiny, small goals. I wake up and I go, okay, today I gotta go to the gym at least once.
So that's the A in SMART, right? They have to be attainable, so to speak.
Yes. Definitely gotta be attainable and realistic. So when we talk about realistic, I'm not gonna say you can't shoot for the stars and the moon. Shoot for as high as you can, but also be reasonable with it, right? If I said tomorrow I'm waking up with 6-pack abs, yeah, it's probably not gonna happen, right? You just don't wake up and just boom, right? I mean, hey,
I wish.
I mean, if you got it like that, you got it like that. Yeah. I mean, I had it like that when I was like 18, 20, right? I just didn't eat that day, and I was like, boom, 6-pack abs. You get a little older, it's like you don't wake up that way.
Trust us.
Have it more reasonable. Have something reasonable. Have a time on it, and the time will keep you. What's the word I'm looking for now? Time will keep you accountable. Yeah, keeps you accountable to it. Because if I say 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks comes, 2 weeks goes, and you're like, oh crap, I didn't do it. I failed, right? If I just said one day, every day is like, oh, well, I mean, I'm doing a little better than I was yesterday. Yeah. Keep having that time and having that accountability.
Yeah. I like what you said about the mini goals in between, because those mini goals, you use those to kind of form habits, right? You repeat something, and I know that statistically, and I'll find it and put it in the description, it takes at least 21 days to form
that's what they say,
a habit.
Right.
So you have to keep doing this for at least a good month to actually have it ingrained in yourself. So if you define your goal like in a timely manner and it's reasonable, smart, attainable, all of that, but you have to keep putting in that work.
Yeah, let's put this into context a little bit here. So we're talking about defining your goals, right? I'm going to use the military side of things because we're all military here. You guys know that. And basically when we deploy, we have to define our goals. Yes. What is one of the first things you think about when you're on a deployment? You get there, you kind of think about working out, right?
Yeah.
Getting fit. That's what everybody wants to do is get fit. So you defined that goal already.
Yeah.
You already made that goal obtainable. That goal is measurable and it's timely because normally in deployment, depending on the service, your branch, you have 6 to 12 months on that. So that window is timely. It gives you time to do that.
Yeah.
So I think that when we do get in our wheelhouse, when we go on these deployments and stuff, we kind of, so to speak, define our goals.
Yeah.
So when we define our goals, I'm going to break it down into an acronym. I love acronyms. I love breaking these down into acronyms. We had one last time, right? On the last episode. Go catch that if you haven't seen it. But the D is for developing your goals. Like I said, when we deploy, we develop that goal when we're on that long plane ride going to an undisclosed location, wherever that may be. We're defining the goal. And then when we define the goal, we develop that goal, we're able to define that goal. We start fine-tuning it, right? Dialing it in.
Yeah.
So basically that's the D in defining your goal. The next one is why. You have to yearn for that, to accomplish that goal. We sat here and talked about this behind cameras. once you're yearning for something, you're going to do whatever you have to do to go and accomplish it, right? And I think that when we make our goals, when we develop our goals and we start to define them, do we yearn for them? And I think that most of the time, well, I'd say 50-50, maybe a little bit more than that. We don't yearn for that goal. It's just something that we have to do to get it done.
It needs to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And then lastly, G. That's goals, right? The G stands for glow. And basically what I have written here on this laptop is once you have an understanding of your goals, you begin to glow with determination and tenacity.
Yeah.
There is nothing that's going to stop you from accomplishing that goal. And people see it.
Oh, yeah.
When we were deployed PSAP, I got really fit over there, right? You can't see it now. I'm a balloon right now, but
that was a couple years ago.
That was a couple of years ago, yeah. I got really fit over there, but that was my goal because of back problems, right? I just came off of back surgery this year, back in February. Pretty extensive surgery, and I was hurting before the surgery, and I deployed. And my goal was to get in shape. I was hurting. Remember, I didn't have this surgery. I had the surgery after the deployment, but I got really fit. And it's that yearning, it's that determination, developing that goal of I'm going to get fit. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to tackle it. Wanting to have that passion to go ahead and accomplish that goal, and that's what you need to have. You, as the viewer here watching this right now, you probably clicked on this video, wondering, looking for goals. How do you define a goal? How do you build a goal? And this is the key.
And they're always evolving. Always evolving, always changing. So funny, because I was gonna say on my first deployment, my goal was just to get in shape. I didn't have a exact measurement of what that shape was. Just get in a more physical shape.
Circle.
Right, maybe it was a circle, right? I wanted to go a little from circular to like more rectangle, right? I wanted to get in some type of shape. So I went to the gym and I made it a conscious effort to always go to the gym. Conscious effort, like every day this is what I will do. And then kind of like you said, maybe after 21 days, I got this routine where I woke up, ate breakfast, had a protein shake, ate lunch, took a nap, had dinner, had a protein shake after my night workout. Because I would work out at night after work about 2 hours every day. And I would do a full body workout. And I would do full body, talk about everything. I just want to do just arms or just legs. I'll do the full body, and then I'll run 2 miles, and that was my night. And then the next day I did the same thing all over again. So it became that goal was like, hey, I'm just going to maintain this goal. Right. And then it became, oh my God, I'm seeing progress, right? I became much bigger. I gained almost 20 pounds on that deployment of muscle. I remember I came home, everyone was like, geez.
Yeah, you were different dude.
I was tan and big, so it was just, I looked like a totally different person than I do now. But yeah, that was my small goal initially, just go every day and get a little something in. And then it became, okay, well, I'm seeing progress. Now my goal changed. Now I was like, well, maybe now I do want the 6-pack. Right now I do want maybe bigger arms. Oh, you know what? I ran 2 miles and that wasn't too bad. Yeah. Let's make it 3 miles. Right. So the goals evolved as my discipline kicked in.
So you're saying defining your goal is not like set in stone. It may change or evolve.
Yeah, it could change.
Start somewhere, right?
Yeah, it has to start somewhere though. But it definitely can change or evolve depending on life circumstance, right? Life throws these curveballs at you, and all of a sudden it's like, ooh, maybe that's no longer my goal. Yeah. Right. A big thing for a lot of military members in general is maybe you joined and you was like, I'm doing 20 years, right? This is what my goal is. Yeah. And then you serve your 4 years, your 6 years, whatever, 10 years, whatever it is you serve. Quickly. And then you might go, maybe this is no longer for me, right? That goal done changed.
Yeah, big time.
Right? You're like, I found something else.
Big old facts.
Right? So even this podcast, for example, let's say if this podcast does successful, will my now goal change? Will my goal become, you know what, maybe doing what I do, my 9 to 5, is no longer what I want. Yeah. Maybe the podcast, maybe this is what I want to do now.
That'd be nice doing it full time. Telling out people full time. Right. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
What about you?
A good tip that I do, like, very simple. It's just to write down my goal.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like that
I've
is
never done that.
important. It's just a physical manifestation of your goal.
Right.
Literally sit down, put pen to paper, finger to phone, however you write, put it in your notepad and write it down. And over time, if that goal changes, if it gets bigger in size, smaller, whatever it is, write it underneath that one. And then you can reflect on that every time you look at that piece of paper, phone, whatever it is. You kind of see that definition kind of evolving, changing as you change.
Wow.
Because
I've
you
never
don't
done
stay
that
the same.
before. Yeah.
So that's funny because people and goals are always going to be different for everyone, and the way you manifest those goals are different, and the way you trigger your mind to think that, right? Some people do pictures, right? Some people are like, I want to be built like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm going to put a picture of him on the wall. And that's the motivation. Every time I see it, that's the motivation. Other people are words, right? Words are affirmation. Yeah. I need to see the word. I need to read the word. So for example, on my refrigerator, again, I have a whiteboard. Yeah. And I have a goal, right? This is my goal. So I think one of my goals is to learn to be unbothered by others, right? Yeah. So that's the goal. But underneath it are words that associate with that. Okay. So it's like be unbothered, like, so jealousy. No longer be jealous. That's part of being unbothered, right? So it's just little mini goals in a sense for that bigger goal. Or if it's like, hey, I want to get in shape. Underneath, it's diet. It's go to the gym. It's read a book. It's get good night's sleep. Yes. Right. It's not just I'll just go to the gym and everything will be fixed. No, there's more goals inside of that one big goal.
It's defining that goal.
Yeah.
It's really you're defining that big goal, and then you have your sub-tasks, like Monty is saying, underneath that goal to accomplish that main goal, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah. I've never done anything like that, writing my goals down. I think I'll be highly more successful, obviously, by writing those down and then, writing subtasks down under that. How do I get to that goal, so to speak?
I did write down, like you touched on that, the subtask too, is make it as specific as you can. So once you figure out that goal, then you can make specific achievements. So for that blanket goal, okay, what do I need to do under here? And then assign responsibility for each. So it's not just that you now know the goal, you know what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, and then the actual action that's going to take place after that.
So what do we do when our goals pretty much fall through?
What do you do? I mean, in a sense, yes, it is make a new one.
Because, I mean, they have, right? Let's be realistic. This is the real world. We do make goals. Does it fall back into the SMART acronym? Maybe it's too big of a goal. Maybe it's not the right time, the T in SMART. Maybe, what do you guys do, so to speak, when those goals fall through?
So it is, for me, it is make a new goal, as easy as that sounds, right? Because sometimes, like I said, it's life, right? Life will throw a curveball at you. So
big time.
Like I said, your goals can be anything, right? It can literally be anything. Hey, there's a cute girl on my job. I would like to be her friend. I would like to date her. All right, that's a goal, right? That is a goal, right? And you're gonna do your mini steps, right? You're gonna compliment her. You're gonna, be in the same area as her. You're gonna try to make small talk. You're gonna find interest that she has, and maybe she's just not interested in you. Yeah. Goal just got shot down, right? Now you gotta pick yourself back up and figure out, okay, what's the new goal? Is the goal to re-attack this situation and try again? That could be your new goal. And maybe now you're thinking of different ways of achieving that goal. Does the goal change and go, you know what, maybe I'll just be this person's friend, right? Or does the goal go, okay, I'm gonna leave this individual alone and I'm gonna now look for someone else that might be more a fit for me, right? Your goals can always evolve. Working out, this one we brought up a lot. You can go to the gym. Guess what happens at the gym sometimes? Injuries happen. Guess what? Goal done change, right? I was gonna run 3 miles and then I broke my ankle. I'm now gonna wheel 3 miles, right? Like my goal changed. Right? It just evolved.
Crawl 3 miles.
So now it's like, okay, I still want to get in shape. I still want to have good cardio. What can I do? Maybe I can row, right? Maybe I can bike ride. Maybe I can just do weights, right? Yeah. that's a way of getting some cardio in, especially if you're doing heavy weights and if you're doing it quick enough, right? So there's all kind of ways you can figure out either to evolve your goal, where you can still be the same exact goal, but a different way of doing it, way of attacking it, or maybe your goal just totally changes, and that's okay. Give yourself that grace of saying, hey, that was the goal, things changed.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, I really was in love with this woman.
Yeah.
She wasn't who I thought she was. Goal changed.
Exactly.
I really wanted to do this body competition because I wanted to be fit. And you know what? I ended up liking CrossFit more than I like doing weights. So I'm going to go in that avenue versus competition, right?
Just reevaluate.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People get so hard on themselves when
I'm guilty.
things change.
For sure.
If it's something that is out of your control that happens, because it's important. If it's in your control and you let that ball drop, then, you got to deal with the consequence.
Oh, yeah.
But if, Mother Nature and, whoever your higher power is decides that that's not going to happen, you just got to reevaluate.
Well, also, too, you have to be patient, right? That's the word of the day, patience.
Yeah.
You have to be patient. Be patient in defining your goals.
For sure.
Understand that some may take time.
Mm-hmm.
Some might just catch fire real quick, and you can take off with that goal. Like you were saying, something life throws you a curveball. You said that, you have to believe in whatever it may be in your life, that, hey, that goal maybe not be the best time right now, or it might not be for me, that woman, that guy, maybe something fell through the roof. So just remember through the roof, through the floor.
Something is falling through something.
But basically, just remember the word. Remember the word of the day is patience. So what I want you guys and gals at home to do is be patient with developing yourself, defining your goals, defining who you are. Patience is key. Good things happen to those who wait. Now, when I say happen to those who wait, don't wait forever on developing your goal. Be actively finding ways to get to that goal, to achieve that goal, to define that goal. But understand that it takes patience to when those goals fall through the floor.
And don't wait for that girl to come talk to you. You go talk to her. They evolve, right? Goals evolve. And give yourself, and it's kind of like we talked about last episode, the why, right? Being internal with it. Your goals should be the same way, right? Like kind of like what we talked about with if you have a coworker who you think is cute, right? They have to also have the same goal, right? You can't force your goal on someone. Like, hey, I have a goal.
That's a whole different topic.
I have a goal that you and I, like, whoa. Right? I didn't consent to this goal of yours. Yeah. So try to make sure your goals are interpersonal, right? It's about you, whatever it is that you want to achieve. And those things will come to you. Those things are attracted to you. We manifest things like that, right? Ooh. If you go to the gym, you're feeling good about yourself, you're feeling positive, whatever, and there was a cute girl at work, guess what? She's probably gonna come talk to you, maybe, right? I don't know, right? Because you got the vibe going, you're positive, you're glowing, right? What you said, you got that glow. So hey, now you're attracting more things, right? When you get your goals accomplished. Like you're making that bed in the morning. Hey, I made my bed in the morning. Now all of a sudden I'm walking with a different posture. Then I just rolled out of bed. I didn't even make my bed. I didn't even eat cereal or breakfast or whatever. Yeah. You just starting your day off already wrong, right? You're giving off that negative vibe, and people are just like, I don't want to talk to that person.
Yeah, it's contagious for sure.
Negativity is contagious, for sure. Big time, big old facts. But why isn't positivity contagious? When you see somebody and they're positive each and every day, it's kind of like, what's up with that person? What's up with that guy or that gal? Why is that like, a bad thing? It should be the opposite. It's
society.
Right?
It's society now. It's social media. Everyone is talking about, very like depression and stuff like that, which are very real, right? Valid. But it's so easy to go negative because the populace is
because like you said, society, right? When you talk positive, especially about yourself, it comes off braggadocious. It comes off self-centered a little bit, right? And that's like negative, like, oh god, this guy's telling me how he won this award or how he's the best of the best, and sometimes like, right? And we're also taught when people do have depression or when there is sadness, you go to those people. So some people will be like, hey, if I want people to come, I'm going to dive into that aspect rather than maybe be braggadocious.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Like, it's okay to have some, braggadocious in you, right? Be humble about it, obviously. But it's okay to say, hey, I'm doing well.
Yeah.
And people like haters are going to hate, right? You're going to have the haters.
Yeah, exactly.
They exist.
That's a good point. And my last point is, I know I've been talking too much, but telling people, like defining our goal, okay, bring it back together. When you successfully define that goal, you have to be careful of who you're telling that
Facts.
goal to. And I'm just going to drop that right there.
Ooh, you going to drop a bomb toward the end of the video?
I'm sorry, we could just think about it for homework, all right?
So,
be careful who you tell your goals to.
So we want you guys to do that tonight or whenever you have time. Remember, patience is key. Monty's going to close here. We're going to go ahead and get into Monty Minutes, and he's going to go ahead and sum up everything that we talked about today on this video. What you got, man?
So for Monty's Minutes, we're going to talk about these goals that we just all talked about, right? It's having those goals, those big goals, small goals, just having a goal, whether it be just waking up and making that bed, whether it is, hey, I'm going to be the next NBA basketball player, whatever it is, right? You can have the biggest goal, the smallest goal. But any goal you're going to have is going to have steps, right? You always have the baby step. It's the most thing you hear all the time, right? You go to therapy, you go here, you go to diet, baby steps. You always hear baby steps, but it's true. You have to have mini goals to accomplish your bigger goals. And the biggest thing with goals is also, discipline. It takes discipline in anything you do, right? Sometimes we get into relationships. We get into, hey, I want to go to the gym and I want to be fit. And you don't understand all the things that come with those relationships or with that gym, right? It's not like, hey, I can just go to the gym and eat burgers all day. You have to also understand, hey, it's a diet. It's me sleeping this way. It's me waking up at these hours. It's different. Same thing with the relationship. Hey, my goal is to marry this woman or man. Okay, well then I can't. There's certain rules in a sense I have to apply. There's disciplines I have to apply. Doesn't mean you're being owned by your goal. It just means you have so much discipline in your goal that is your freedom. What is it, Eric? It's Eric Thomas?
Yeah.
The motivational speaker?
He's good, man.
That's what he always talks about. He says he is so disciplined that is his freedom. Some people think he's not free because he's so into his discipline. I have to wake up at 4 a.m. and do this. I have to wake up at 6 and do that. And I have to boom, boom. And he has this checklist of things he has to do. Some people look at that and go, well, you're not free. You're a slave to whatever your work is. He looks at it opposite. Like, no, that's my discipline, right? That creates freedom for me.
Yeah.
So same thing with you guys. If you have a gym, if it's, I want to be, better at basketball. I want to be better at this sport. I want to be better with money. I want to be better with relationships. Then you have to apply those mini goals and those disciplines. That's all I have from Monty's Minutes.
Good stuff. Yeah, I left that where I left it, all right?
Just going to drop a bomb
done.
and just be like, I'm done with you. Like, guys, like, we are going to talk about that later on. Comment down in the section below and let us know if you want us to elaborate on the bomb that Shadae dropped on us. But also to remember, what I want you guys to do is don't just sit here and watch the video. We know that the videos make you feel good so far, but we want you to implement what we're talking about into action, so that way you can start achieving success, greatness, and happiness and peace. And the only way we can do that is together.
Yes.
I want to go ahead and say I appreciate you guys watching this video. Thank you for Monty Minutes today. That was awesome, man. You killed it. And Shadae, thank you for always keeping us knuckleheads in shape.
I got you.
All right, this is SMT signing out. See you soon.
Bye.
Cool. Good video.